Of all the beings within the DC universe, none can compare to the power and dominance of Darkseid. The supreme ruler of Apocalypse, Darkseid has proven himself to be the single greatest enemy to Superman and the Justice League. Today at CBR, we're exploring just how Darkseid's ungodly powers operate.
So, you are one of the so-called new gods.
To understand just how powerful Darkseid's powers are and how they operate, it is essential to understand just who Darkseid is and where he came from. Born as the being known as Uxas on the planet New Genesis, Darkseid is a member of the race of beings called the New Gods. The New Gods, while similar in appearance to humans, are of a vastly different genetic structure. The New Gods live within a dimension known as the Fourth World, a place that sits removed from regular time and space. The Fourth World exists near the Source, the timeless and primeval zone that is considered to be a major source of all energy and life for the universe. As such, the New Gods have grown to exhibit godlike powers and attributes. Each New God is virtually immortal. Every member of the New Gods possesses an intelligence far higher than that of any being on Earth. Each being of the New Gods is also gifted with a unique godlike power such as super strength, invulnerability, flight, and telekinesis. True to their name, the New Gods are also massive in stature compared to the likes of humans and other similar alien races. The planets within our solar system are no more than toys compared to the true size of the New Gods. Though through the use of their boom tube technology, the New Gods are capable of resizing themselves to exist alongside ordinary denizens of the universe, making them capable of infiltrating different worlds while still able to transform to larger sizes when necessary. As a new god, Darkseid was born with all these innate powers. By sheer birth alone, Darkseid stands far beyond nearly every other being in the known universe in terms of raw power and longevity. To face Darkseid is to face absolute annihilation, and he has caused destruction throughout his time in DC Comics and in other media.
I have turned 100,000 worlds to dust.
As mighty as Darkseid's natural powers and abilities may be, he is not the only new god. There are many others just like him. However, Darkseid possesses a power that no other new god save for only a scant number of beings may wield, the Omega Effect. When he was still called Uxas, he killed his brother Drax so that he could take control of the energy source known as the Omega Force all for his own. In doing so, he renamed himself Darkseid and gained power such as no other being had ever known. This source of power is so great, so tremendous in its destructive capabilities, that it alone elevates Darkseid to the loftiest echelons of power within the DC universe. The Omega Effect is a source of power that gives its wielder the ability to harness raw destructive energy itself. It can be considered to be a weaponized form of universal entropy, the most efficient means of eradicating the very essence of life itself. The most infamous and powerful applications of the Omega Effect at Darkseid's disposal are his Omega Beams. Crimson in color and unerring in their accuracy, the Omega Beams are among the most powerful offensive measures that can be deployed within the entire universe. To use the Omega Beams, Darkseid emits concentrated beams of pure energy from his eyes. While there are countless other beings that can also shoot lasers from their eyes, what makes Darkseid's Omega Beams so powerful are the facts that they cannot miss, and that they are powerful enough to destroy entire planets. These factors make the Omega Beam's weapon so great that the mightiest of beings in the universe pause when confronted with them. When emitted, the Omega Beams lock onto their intended target and will never cease chasing them until they connect. To accomplish this, the Omega Beams are capable of changing course and trajectory instantly, meaning that no amount of dodging or feinting can evade them. And as the Omega Beams are fast enough to catch even a speedster, not even the raw power of the Speed Force itself can outpace them. When struck with the Omega Beams, Darkseid can have them perform virtually any effect he desires. He can have them erase a person completely from existence. He can have them destroy them on an atomic level. He can wound or incapacitate a person if he wished. The Omega Beams can also teleport people to whatever destination that Darkseid chooses. In rare occurrences, Darkseid can use the Omega Beams to resurrect a person who was destroyed by them. The most heinous of all results of being hit by the Omega Beams is being subjected to the Omega Sanction. The Omega Sanction, or the death that is life, is a pocket dimension that a person is trapped within for eternity. They are given endless lives to experience one after the other, but with the torment of living the worst of all possible lives. Each existence is worthless, without hope or light, and the person is trapped to wallow in endless, pointless suffering for all eternity. The Omega Beams are the ultimate weapons. They can destroy Darkseid's enemies wholly and completely with but a thought. They can bring beings back to life. They can lock people outside of time and space, and trap within an infinite series of horrific lifetimes. The Omega Beams, if harnessed to their full strength, can rend entire planets apart. Of all the beings in the universe that have been struck by them, only Superman and Doomsday have been able to withstand the blast.
And now to deal with you.
Raw power alone does not make a supervillain special. A purely evil spirit does not elevate a supervillain to the ranks of the greatest and most feared. It takes a combination of strength, ability, desire, and intelligence to craft the most deplorable, but most importantly, the most prolific of supervillains. In the DC universe, Superman has been shown time and time again to be the ultimate superhero. Bullets cannot harm him. He's beaten the Flash in a race. He has one of the most varied sets of superpowers available.
How dare you! I am Darkseid!
To be a true nemesis of Superman, there must be something truly unique, something truly terror-inducing to warrant the position of making even the Man of Steel uneasy. Darkseid is that supervillain. While antagonists such as Lex Luthor have proven to be some of the very worst foes that Superman must contend with, they do so in completely different ways. Darkseid, however, is the purest form of evil that has existed within all creation. His mere presence guarantees misery and despair. His feats and abilities place him in a league so far removed from other superpowered beings that there's almost no contest. Of all the heroes in the universe, Superman is the best and most well-equipped to stand toe-to-toe with him. Darkseid's near invulnerability is put to the test when Superman is finally able to unspool and hit him with everything he's got. Darkseid's own strength is put on the line when Superman can withstand a full-force blow from him. Even Darkseid's ultra-lethal Omega Beams are knocked down a peg when they cannot defeat Superman. Pound for pound, Darkseid and Superman complement each other in every way, acting as the ultimate foil for one another.
You have spirit, Kryptonian, but the strength of a lost slug.
Superman is the living paragon of hope and justice. Darkseid is the embodiment of despair and tyranny. But it is Darkseid's cold calculations, his icy demeanor, and expert manipulations that make him such a compelling villain. If all he did was cruise through the universe, firing Omega Beams at everything that moved, roaring about what an unstoppable warrior he was, he would be far less impressive. Darkseid has so much raw power, but he also has the extreme tactfulness and intelligence of the universe's most advanced race of beings to guide that power to terrifying results. The Omega effect alone is not enough to make Darkseid the ultimate DC villain. His impressive new god physiology is not enough to rank him as Superman's greatest enemy. It's the sum of all his parts that makes Darkseid such a chilling and effective supervillain. Do you think Darkseid is the most powerful supervillain in the DC universe? Who else could take him in a fight? Could any of Marvel's villains rival his power? Make sure to comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching CBR.